The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Into the lane and just gets the roll. Wow.
A Q Media Group production.
And the serve just clears the top of the net. Played by the Bombers.
Local high school sports. Also available for free on the WCMP mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
He's got a lot of room to run, and he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good evening and welcome into the Here's the Pitch pregame show as we are in Pine City at Pine City High School for tonight's girls basketball matchup featuring two Great River Conference opponents, the Braham Bombers visiting the Pine City Dragons. Well, welcome into Pine City High School, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in here this evening to Cool Country WCMP. Always happy to be out and calling these games every single night that I have the opportunity to. So tonight is no different. I am so excited to be back out here to call yet another game. Girls basketball tonight featuring two Great River Conference foes, Braham and Pine City. And it should be a good one. Should be a really good one here as we go through this Here's the Pitch pregame show to kind of preview what the game will be all about here tonight. Here's the Pitch in North Branch is, I mentioned, our pregame sponsor. And at Here's the Pitch, they are the areas, is how you say it, premier indoor training facility. They've got fast pitch. They've got slow pitch. They've got baseball batting cages so you can tune up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Just a little bit of a heads up if you want to get in there and training and find a training slot. Best is to call because they do fill up quickly. So if you want to get in, be sure to call. They do fill up fairly quickly. So we're here at the Here's the Pitch pregame show, and I'm really excited to be here for this evening's game. I think on paper, Braham has the advantage, but when you look at the teams themselves and kind of who they are and what they've done so far, I really do believe that this is going to be a much closer game than we expect, and it is now time for our A&W Hometown Handoff, brought to you by A&W in Pine City. Your Hometown Handoff is brought to you by A&W. Craving a classic? You can stop in for a frosty mug of their famous root beer, pair with a juicy cheeseburger, or maybe even a savory mushroom and Swiss. A&W in Pine City, you can taste the tradition. Well, we're going to welcome in our very own morning show host from KBEK, who's on KBEK tonight in KBEK land. It is Adam Hefty over there in Mora. Adam, how's it going this evening?
Hey, it's going great. Can't really complain about a night of basketball, a conference matchup. This is a non-section matchup, but, you know, the Great River Conference going strong here in this area on our family of networks. Yeah, that should be a good game. It's kind of similar here, except I have a girls matchup in the Great River Conference, but two different sections. So kind of same, kind of different in the same sense. But, yeah, good night for some basketball. It's a good night for conference basketball all around the area. Not just these teams, but teams in our local listening area as well. We've got Mille Lacs and Foley, who had some, supposed to had some conference basketball, but they unfortunately had postponed. But, you know, Adam, you've got Mora and Mille Lacs. Now, unfortunately, we know you haven't been able to call a game with Mille Lacs involved yet. But anything warm-up-wise that you've seen from that Mille Lacs team that you might be looking out for tonight? You know, they have a little bit of size. We know that they have the speed. So it'll be fun to see how they match up against this Mora squad. Mille Lacs 4-2. They did split their round robin up in Aiken during their holiday tournament. The Mustangs losing two straight in Pequot Lakes, so they're trying to get on the winning track. So right now, if you're going momentum-wise, I think Mille Lacs might have the edge. So it'll be interesting to see if Mille Lacs or Mora can take that away from them.
Yeah, you know, I was looking at the standings earlier, and between those two teams for Mille Lacs, both the boys and girls teams, they are right in the thick of things for that Section 5A race. So we might be talking about the Mille Lacs Raiders a little bit more as we go on throughout the season here, Adam. But you mentioned, Mora, how they've gone on a two-game losing streak. You've called a couple games so far this season for them. What is something that you're hoping to see from them tonight just to get back on the winning side of things?
Well, I think the name of the game is playing a clean game of basketball. This Mora squad really, I mean, they have speed and athleticism, but that's not really what propels this Mustang team. it's that disciplined type of basketball. So if they're able to play a clean game, not turn the ball over, and not really give Mille Lacs an opportunity to get into transition, I think that might be the antidote to their losing ways.
Well, we know Coach Grachek, he prides himself and the team on being the best defense out, not just in their section or conference, in the state. And they were one of the best to start the season. After 2 games, though, against Pequot and Worrell, they are no longer the best in their section. They're second best. But what is something that they do defensively here? And then we'll talk about a little bit about my game for your audience. But what is something Mora does defensively this year that's maybe been different from the last couple of years?
Well, as a defense, they really pride themselves on making you do what they want you to do. And I think that's really a calling card of a lot of good defenses, where they kind of trick you, they trap you into spots that you really don't want to be in. And that can be versatile. If you're not really a good shooting team, they can force you to shoot from the outside. If you're not really that strong on the inside, they can force you to, work from the outside. It's really interesting how this Mora defense really plays.
It certainly is. And, Adam, if you don't mind, I'll brag about my game just a little bit to your audience, as I have Pine City and Braham girls basketball going at it. On paper, you definitely look and say, okay, Braham definitely has the advantage, and they're probably going to come out with a big victory. But when you look at the teams themselves, I think this is going to be a lot closer game than maybe Braham fans even want it to be. But I think it's going to be a really good game. I think obviously, I think you and I both know very well, this is going to be a good test for both of these squads, because Pine City's in the top 6 of the section in 6AA. Adam, you and I know how hard it is to be even a top 8 team in this section. So to be top 6 is impressive. And then obviously Braham, top 2 in their section. So you've got 2 teams who are in the tops of their section that are going, we want to prove that we are as good as our section ranking shows, and maybe even our QRF shows. So we're going to come out here and play hard. For Braham, I think one of the key things early on is to, one, just use that athleticism to your advantage. I think one thing Pine City has struggled with this year is getting in transition. Another thing Pine City has struggled with is full court press. That's something that Braham does really, really well. They will suffocate you early on just to go and allow their offense to move as quickly as they want. So if I'm Braham, I'm pushing the pace early offensively, and I'm trying to run that full court press defensively, which is a hard thing to do, but Braham somehow just does it game in, game out. If I'm Pine City, this may not sound conventional, but I'm actually going to go and match the intensity of Braham. I think for Pine City, they've got to get out to a better start than they have in recent games. I think if they can come out and match Braham's intensity and energy, they don't have to score every time Braham does, but keep it within a couple possessions. I think that could turn the tide enough to where we get deep into the second half, where Braham likes to come out and play heavy and hard early on, that Pine City come out and match it, and we're going to be in for a good long game where Pine City is going to be in it right at the very end. So, Adam, I think this is going to be a good Great River Conference matchup. It might as well be playoffs, honestly. These 2 teams going at it the way they have had their seasons go so far, it might as well be playoffs, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and I think a blessing that we have in our area is that these teams, there's a lot of talent in our local area. If you want to get a good win, you don't have to go far. The Great River Conference has a lot of really good teams that you can face off against, and it can get a team prepared for the playoffs or really kind of sharpen your skills, if it be.
No doubt about that. But, Adam, that's going to do it. I'm going to let you get to your pregame. I'll get back to mine. We appreciate you so much for being out there tonight in Mora, and we'll keep each other updated throughout the game.
All right, have fun in Pine City.
Yeah, thank you so much. Right. That, again, was Adam Hefty here in our A&W hometown handoff. Appreciate Adam Hefty for joining us on that. So, yeah, we'll go and look a little bit more at these 2 teams, Pine City and Braham. As I mentioned before, Braham playing out of Section 5 Single A East. That section split up into 2, East and West. Braham is playing out of the East portion, and they are second in that section, right behind Belgrade, Bruton, El Rosa. They are 6-3 on the season, 4-0 in section play. They are the best defense in the section, only allowing 42 points per game while scoring 58 points per game. 6-3 overall, 4-0 in the section. Their 3 losses came to some pretty darn good teams, one of them being Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, playing out of 6 Single A. Then one of their other losses was to Crosby Ironton, 7 AA, but a conference team. And then they lost to Malacca in a very good defensive battle there, but they most recently beat Uppsala this past Friday quite handedly, and that may be putting it nicely. So for Braham, a pretty darn good start to the season. They beat Mayor Lutheran to start the season, who went in to state last year. So that is a really good team to beat at the beginning of the season, and that I feel like really helped them kind of see, hey, this is the kind of team we are. Let's go out and prove it and show it every single night. And so far, they have done a pretty darn good job of that. Run into a couple of tough teams, but hey, that's to be expected. For the Pine City Dragons, they currently play out of Section 6AA. Not currently, they have for a long time. They are the 6th team in Section 6AA at 5-4, 0-2 in section play. They're allowing 52 points per game while scoring 51. Now, their offense hasn't quite got going the way they want it to yet. I think this offense is yet to see their best days, and I think they are ahead here in this new year. How their season has gone, it was a loss to Zimmerman by only 3, then they beat Ogilvie. Lost to St. Croix Prep, beat both Aiken and Hastings, then lost to Foley, then beat Cloquet. Went to a St. Cloud Cathedral tournament where they lost to Cathedral by only 4 points. Ladies and gentlemen, that Cathedral team is top 5 in this section. So to lose them by 4 points, that only points to me that they can stick with the best of them, and I think they can go out and make noise in this section playoffs. And then they beat Concordia Academy by nearly 30 points, so they handled them pretty well. So for Pine City, these next 2 games will end their long homestand. They'll have Hinckley Finlayson on Friday, and then Legacy Christian they'll go to on Saturday. But for Pine City, I really think that this team is a lot better than what their record shows. I think this is a really tough team. And again, I mentioned before, I think this team has yet to see their best basketball. I think we've seen it at flashes, but can they put it together for more games than one will be the question here as we start the new year and as we go forward and head closer and closer into talking about section playoffs. I know, not really what we want to talk about already, but we get to January, and it's time to start thinking about that because their season will end February 20th, and then the playoffs are right around the corner. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me here in the Here's the Pitch pregame show. I might come back for just a little blip, but we're going to go ahead and get some business taken care of because we have some great sponsors who allow us to bring you these games for free. So we're going to go ahead and hear word from some of those fine sponsors, and then when we're back, we'll be closer to or ready for tip-off here in Pine City for the Dragons and Bombers going at it in this girls' basketball game.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Pepsi 12 packs are 2 for $16. Firewood bundles get 3 for $26. Mix and match breakfast and lunch sandwiches are just 2 for $6. And don't forget, Food Network's Guy Fieri's Flavortown menu line, burritos, sandwiches, and churros. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
The Classic Edge HDX from Center Boiler is the outdoor wood furnace for you.
This furnace can heat anything, your house, shop, greenhouse, even a pool, all with one Classic Edge HDX.
The Firestar combustion control takes all the worry and guesswork out of wood heating.
It automatically controls combustion for highest efficiency with any kind of firewood, and you can remotely monitor the furnace from anywhere.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
And before we get our national anthem and starting lineups, just want to again thank our loyal listeners for tuning in. Thank all of our fine sponsors. We appreciate you all for being a part of this broadcast. I also want to mention thanks to Pine Tech for allowing us to be there today for a career fair. That was really cool. We'll go into that more a little bit later, but we'll get more words from our fine sponsors, and then we'll be back for tip-off on Anthem Country, or Cool Country rather, WCMP.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall. ECE Fiber is built by your community for your community. Work, play, and stay connected to what matters most. We offer affordable home and business packages with no hidden fees and 24/7 support. ECE Fiber, easy to use, simple to set up. That's a cooperative difference. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com today.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Back here on Cool Country WCMP, game day going out here at Pine City High School for tonight's girls basketball matchup between the Great River Conference foes, the Braham Bombers, visiting the Pine City Dragons. Your starting lineups tonight for the Braham Bombers will be number 2, Avery Shockman. Apparently I was shocked. Number 4, Emily Davis. Number 5, Mackenzie Golly. Number 14, Morgan Rysdam. Number 44, Jenna Beck. They are, of course, head coached by Zach Loy. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, it will be number 2, Mallory Klepper. Number 4, Paige Gray. Number 11, Brooke Boland. Number 12, Kate Unverzat. And number 23, Vivian Lottie. They are, of course, head coached by Pedrick Judd. Braham will be wearing their all-white uniforms, the blue letters and numbers outlined in that gold, that Braham gold. The blue stripes down the side of the jersey and short with that Braham double B on the front of the left side of the short. For the Dragons, it'll be all green, the black trim on the neck, the sleeves, bottom of the short, and the waistband. The white letters and numbers outlined in black as well. The Dragon logo on each side of the short as well. 18 minutes up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They have 3 locations: Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Brand new location in Cambridge, by the way. Brand new spot. That is a gorgeous looking spot. Want to thank, again, Adam Hefty being out more tonight. I also want to give a shout out to Andy Beckstrom. He is right across the road tonight. He is calling the Pine City girls hockey game as they host Waconia here tonight. So, last time I checked, which was right as I got here, it was, 1-0 Waconia, I believe first period. So it was still early on in that game. As we get ready for tip-off here in Pine City. Again, I think on paper you look at this one and Braham has the advantage, but unless you haven't seen both these teams, which I have, I think this is going to be a really good game. Now, I could be wrong, but at least I hope it's a really good game. That's all you can hope for anyways. Beck and Klepper at center court for tip-off, and run away. Tip-off is raced after. Morgan Rysdam, yeah. Not too many going to beat her on a race. On the far side, they'll give to Shockman. Shockman will give now to not Morgan Rysdam. That's Mackenzie Golly. Rysdam will take the 3. She looks for the bank shot. It is no good. Rebounded here by Boland. Yeah, that's one thing about Boland, too, is she's kind of, don't take this in a bad way if Boland listens back to this or if any of her family listens. She's kind of like a bulldog in there. Especially getting the rebound. As we see this ball go out of bounds. Last touch by Pine City. Actually was thrown off of Klepper. Smart play there by the Braham defender. But Boland is such a bulldog underneath the basket because it doesn't matter who's there. It doesn't matter how big they are, how small they are, how strong they are. She's going to get the ball. That is her mentality. She is going to get the ball. I mean, that's just how she plays. Meanwhile, we get a shot that is missed and stolen away here by Klepper, and now it is knocked, and Dragons still have it. A 3 for Boland, a little too strong there, and Unverzat will almost have it, but it's knocked out of bounds there by Schockman. It looked like she may have jammed her finger. Hopefully she's okay. She's shaking that left hand, yeah. When she pushed it, it looked like that finger is all that got it, and that does not feel good at all. Meanwhile, the inbound will go to the far side to Boland. Now they'll give to Unverzat. Unverzat near side to Vivian Lati. They'll try and go underneath. That is a bad pass, but somehow Unverzat comes up with it. And they've got about 4 players on this right side. If they can find someone to leak through to the right, they've got a wide open shot. Mallory Klepper going to try and drive on Golly. Golly, good defense, though, and that's going to be knocked out by Braham. Gray was there, but it was knocked out by a Bomber player. They'll have 5 seconds to shoot with the Dragons after the inbound. Lottie. Try and go right underneath the Klepper, and she gets it to fall in for 2. I said Klepper weird, I apologize. Meanwhile, here come the Bombers. It's Schockman. A little bit of kind of just man-to-man there with 2 players for Pine City in the backcourt. Meanwhile, a player slips. She then gives it up, does the Braham player. That is Mackenzie Golly. Stolen away by Boland. Too strong for Unverzat. And it'll be taken away on the rebound by Rysdam. Rysdam near side gives to Schockman. Schockman can hit it from long, so you can't leave her alone. Rysdam from 3, that is good. You give her a sliver of an opening, and she's like, mine. She delivers. Pine City brings it back up the other way. For the far side, Lottie. She wants the 3. Good job pulling that one down. Drive inside, she's fouled. Oh, no, and she got, that looked awkward. Man. They're going to get Jenna Beck for the foul. Oh, man. That did not look good. Well, we're not going to speculate. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. Prayers for her.
Stop relying on unstable energy prices and switch to self-sufficiency with the Classic Edge HDX outdoor wood furnace from Central Boiler. Heat your home, outbuildings, and provide endless hot water, all while utilizing your backyard source for renewable energy. The Classic Edge uses up to 60% less wood, which means less waste and less work. Be more comfortable for less money with the Classic Edge HDX.
Northland Boiler Sales. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
So we're back. Lottie was able to get up under her own power, which we are so thankful for. I'm not going to go into too much. She came down, and it looked awkward. I'm not going to get into what it looked like just because we don't need to do that. But but the good news is, and the main thing is she is able to get up under her own power, and we are thankful for that. Meanwhile, Maggie Judd at the line to shoot the 2 that Lottie was supposed to. She makes the first. And that one going to be too strong. But Unverzat gets the rebound. Well, not many that she'll miss either on rebounds. So Klepper with it now in the near side. Give to Judd. Judd can hit it. So can Unverzat. That's good! 6-3. Nice looking shot up over Beck. Did a really good job to get her shot over the hand of Beck. Meanwhile, here's Emily Davis. She'll drive, give back out to Schockman. Got to be careful with her. She can hit those turnaround jumps, those turnaround shots. They'll give inside to Davis, now to Beck, and her shot. Oh, it rolls out. That looked like a good shot to me. I thought it was going in. It did not. Now Judd, quick shot, no good. Gray with the rebound. Going to try and back it out. Gives to Unverzat. Judd wide open at the top of the key. She's going to pull it down. Give now near side here to Boland for 3, too strong, and this time Beck will control the rebound. Davis, one-handed pass up to Morgan Rysdam. Rysdam looking for a screen. She'll give to Beck. Beck gives on this near side. They left Davis alone, and she missed. Golly gets the rebound, but it's stolen away by Boland. So Boland gets the steal. after the Golly rebound. And Unverzant and Mackenzie Golly will tie it up. Possession arrow points the way of the Dragons. And Greta Ganote will check in, as will Lauren Lenez for Braham. Len is a fantastic player coming off the bench, and if there was I don't know if there is, but if there was a sixth player award, she would definitely get it. I've been really impressed with her ability to come off the bench and play so well. Here's a three from Klepper. That's going to be off the mark. Paige Gray tries to get it, and it was last touched by Schockman. I don't know if she shouldn't have just let that one go. I think it was last touched by Pine City. If she let that go, I think it's Braham ball. But obviously, in that sort of situation, you'd rather, go and give the effort, and I don't think Coach Loy's going to be upset with the effort and losing the possession. Meanwhile, Paige Gray has a chance from three. That's going to be too strong. Too strong here early on for Pine City from three. It looks like they're just kind of a little antsy. Meanwhile, a nice two there through contact for Morgan Rysdam. And now up the court they go to Gray, and it was knocked out, and they're going to say she touched the glass. She was battling there along the sideline with the Braham defender, and Braham defender claims victory there. I couldn't quite tell who it was. There was Schockman and I think it was Davis in the vicinity, so not quite sure who is going to get credit for that one. Meanwhile, nice feed underneath. They'll get Davis wide open on the far side for three, and that is smooth on through. 8-6 now, Braham on top, and Coach Judd has a few questions for his team as to what happened just there. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep it here. You know what? We'll keep it here. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll keep it here. And again, just take this moment to thank our fine sponsors. All of them. All our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we call. We appreciate them because if it weren't for them, well, just plain and simple, we would not be able to bring you these games at all. And we also wouldn't be able to bring them for free. That is one of the greatest things about our sponsors is because we have them as sponsors, we're able to bring you these games for free, which might be the best thing for you. And I do, with that, want to remind you that we will never, ever ask for your credit card information. So if you see our game, our broadcast anywhere, and you see a comment or a post asking you to click here for your credit card info, that is not us. We will never, ever, ever charge you to listen or watch any of our broadcasts. So just remember that. And again, it's because of our fine sponsors that we're able to bring you these games for free. So just give that a little huge nod. Not a little. That's a huge nod to our fine sponsors. 8-6 is our score out of the timeout. 14:01 to go here in half number one. Klepper will inbound now for the Dragons. And Klepper looking. She wanted to go to Bolin, but Rysdam is there, and that might be the smart idea. Unverzat gets it. She'll give over to Bolin. Dangerous pass, and, well, guess who? It's Morgan Rysdam inside, getting through traffic, and she's fouled. Surprised that came a little late, as it did. Meanwhile, Rysdam gets a steal. It'll be on Bolin the foul, and Rysdam at the line to shoot two. One thing with Rysdam is she moves with such precision and such authority that a lot of times you're thinking, oh, it's closed. She's not going to go through there. No, she is. She is going to go through there. And she gets the friendly roll there, so she makes both. And let me get a quick sub here. Say Maggie Judd will check in, as will Rhea Johnson. So Pine City will inbound the score, 10-6 now. And they get it to Bolin. She's going to let the offense clear and try and get around Rysdam. That's an interesting matchup right there because you've got two players who just go at it. Meanwhile, they left Rhea Johnson out. Oh, man, wide open underneath and just too strong. Yeah, Pine City's just been too strong on all these shots tonight. Good movement of the ball. Emily Davis, though, had to pull it down. She drives to the basket and drops it in for two. Emily Davis with a nice-looking layup there around Klepper. Here comes Rhea Johnson up the court. She stops, gives right to Rysdam, and she drops it in for two. Pine City's rushing things now, and yeah, there's going to be a timeout called by Pine City. They need that one because they right now are just getting in their own heads and are just honestly giving points away right now to Braham. So Just need to get them back, get them corralled, and get them to settle down a little bit. I think they're playing well. I just think they're getting a little too ahead of themselves. They're a little too fast. And we've talked with Coach Judd about that a little bit too. He said, sometimes we just get too fast for ourselves, and we need to learn that we got to slow down a little bit. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Think about what we're doing. And because we've seen that a lot this year where, man, they're doing pretty well, but all of a sudden things get going, and it seems like they're kind of tripping over their own feet. It's a expression, not really tripping over their own feet, but kind of just they're not playing as smooth as they should, and everything's sped up a little bit. They're just giving things away, and obviously you don't, especially in this game, you can't do that. If you're going to stick with Braham, man, you got to play. You don't have to play perfect, but you're going to have to play pretty darn well, and as close to mistake-free as you can, and not silly mistakes like they have had. Meanwhile, here's Ganote, no good. Judd not happy with the no call on the foul. He's saying that she had hands on her. Should be a foul. Meanwhile, Emily Davis driving inside too strong that time. Klepper was possibly fouled as well. Klepper will give it up to Ganote, now to Johnson. Johnson will give to Ganote, trying to go inside Bolin. Bolin, too strong, but I think she was trying to get a foul there on Mackenzie Golly. I think I don't know. They're letting them play a little bit, so I think that's a good no call there. I think that's why Bolin put up the shots, because she thought she was fouled. So I like the no call. Meanwhile, inside, here's a foul. Bolin not too pleased with the foul call. She believes she got all ball on that one. And, yeah, she will be the guilty party that the referees call. Yeah, I can't see the ball well enough to know if that was all ball or not, so I can't comment too much on it. But first one is up and good. Meanwhile, Bridget Golly will check into the game here for Braham. Into the game for Pine City. Game Vivian Lotti, which great sign, and then Paige Gray. And Emily Davis hits them both. 2 free throws there for Emily Davis. 16-6 is our score. We think the shot clock needed to be reset. There we go. We get the shot clock reset. Now we're good to go on the inbound. So Vivian Lotti back into the game. Thank goodness she is okay. Meanwhile, here comes Gray. Almost got the travel there. She's got to chuck it up, and Unverzat just did get it back. She throws it forward to Vivian Lotti, and somehow this play works out. And Vivian Lotti comes back into the game and somehow puts up a circus shot and gets it to fall. That is going to be worthy of a replay, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look at that later, because how in the world she got that to fall, I'll never know. Meanwhile, here's a rebound there for Mackenzie Golly. She'll push it back out, trying to get it to Bridget. Now it's on the way to Emily Davis for a long two, which is good. And even when they are seemingly moving all over the place, Braham still has the advantage somehow. Meanwhile, back and forth between Judd and Ganote, now over to Gray on the far side. Here comes Ganote. Ganote going to drive. Put up a hook shot. That's no good. Unverzat trying to tip it to herself, and she did get it. She's got some long arms that really help in that category, and she's still learning the game at the varsity speed, but, man, she's getting it down more and more every day. 8 seconds to shoot. Lotti out to Gray. Over the defender. It's good. Paige Gray with a nice-looking shot. 18-11. She had Golly right in her face, and she just went, oh, well. And, they went to Leniz, then to Rysam, then to Mackenzie Golly. Just a beautiful play there for Brand. I mean, you almost can't draw it up any better, really. Now Judd in some trouble, and getting a foul here on Rysam. Loy not too happy with that call, and, yeah, it's I don't know, that's a close one. That is a close one. I thought she had her hands pretty straight up and down, but here's Klepper and I think Rhea Johnson back into the game for Ganote and Judd. A lot of seniors for both of these teams. So they'll have a lot of talent that will graduate, but the good news is you can always get more. And and we're going to get a fan who's getting a little too rowdy here. Yeah, you got to calm down. These are Your young lady's playing a game. Let's reel it in a little bit. Ooh, the inbound is going to actually be stolen away by Rhea Johnson. It kind of slipped there out of Leniz's hands. She went to inbound and it kind of slipped. I don't know if it's maybe got some perspiration on it or what, but Paige Gray makes them pay as she hits a big-time three. It's 20-14. Meanwhile, here comes Rysdam. She says, all right, 20-14. I'm number 14. I'm going to put up a shot, but it is no good. I tried. That was a bad kind of. That was bad. Tried to connect to the 14-14. Yeah, it didn't work. So turnover here by Pine City. Pass a little too far out in front of Rhea Johnson. It will keep the score 20-14 with 10:15 to go on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard. Here's the pass over to Bridget Golly, now to Leniz. Leniz stops, gives back outside to Emily Davis. Davis will drive around one corner. Now give underneath the Beck. Beck turnaround shot underneath the basket is good. That's just almost automatic. I mean, she made it look easy. Here comes Klepper through some traffic to Gray again. This one's going to be off the mark. Rebound here, Lottie. I think Lottie, after getting hurt, she's got a little bit of a new mentality, and Leniz is going to get the steal, so she makes up for her previous turnover. And going to get a jump ball. A little chippy out there. I mean, it might have to, I'm not going to say they intervene, but it's getting chippy. Pine City a little frustrated. Meanwhile, inbound, Rysdam three, no good. Jenna Beck comes out of seemingly nowhere, gets 2 rebounds, and puts it up and in for 2. She got the one that missed, and then she got her own that missed, and finally puts it in for 2, 24-14. Klepper, ooh, almost traveled, but she did a good job to dribble that ball before she did. Here's Ganot. She had an open shot from 3. They'll give underneath to Unverzat. Unverzat guarded by Beck. She doesn't want to try there. They'll definitely try and go back inside. That pass just a little too off the mark, and it's stolen away by Beck. Ava Kunke, though, was there as well. She checks into the game. Here's a 3 from Ava Kunke. The left-handed shot, no good. Paige Gray is going to get the tip to rebound from Unverzat. They try to go up the court to Judd, but too fast. They got to slow it down just a little bit. I know they're looking for the fast break point to get back and cut this deficit down, but settle down just a bit. They're just moving too fast. I think we're going to get a foul here on Pine City. Maybe Judd. Yeah, it was on Maggie Judd. She kind of, the whistle blew, and she kind of looked at the ref and went, shoot, my bad. Okay, though. I remember Maggie Judd's only a 7th grader, ladies and gentlemen, so she has got plenty of years to learn and grow and really help this team. Bridget Golly for 3, bounces high off the rim, no good. Mallory Klepper rises over everybody to get that rebound, and here she comes, trying to make a move inside. Oh, she had someone far, well, no, on this near side it was Ganot, but she draws the foul, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2, and I think if you're Pine City, you want to try and draw some more. That one's going to go against Bridget Golly, which would be her first, team's 3rd, and now Mallory Klepper at the line to shoot 2. Been a really good game so far. It's gotten a little chippy as of late, so you'd like to see that kind of calm down. And I understand it's a rivalry, so it's going to happen. Here comes Boland in for Gray. And apparently the shot clock needs to be reset here. Now we're good to go. I think it was okay for the first free throw, but after this free throw, one team's going to get 35 seconds to shoot again. Klepper's good on both. So that makes it 24-16. Braham's still on top. Meanwhile, Rysdam has it quick up to Mackenzie Golly, now to Bridget. Bridget near side to Beck. Beck gives to Kunke. Now to Rysdam. Now on the far side, Bridget Golly over the defender. Nope, but Beck is there. And she missed on that one. That should be Pine City. Oh, well, it should have been Pine City ball. To me, anyways. Bridget Golly will get a breather. In comes Avery Schockman. I thought it went off of Beck, but apparently a Pine City player got her hand in there. So it will stay with Braham. Shockman will inbound to Mackenzie Golly, trying to go to Beck, but Unverzat says absolutely not. She gets the steal, puts that big hand up there, and those long arms help out. Meanwhile, a shot here missed from Klepper. Unverzat another rebound, but it is going to be tipped and stolen away by Beck. So Beck gets it back. Now Rysdam with it, gets by one. I don't know if she tried to pass it to Mackenzie Golly on the far side or if it slipped going to the basket, but it worked. But then the pass to Shockman on the far side will off the mark, and it will be a turnover. So Rysdam will get a rare breather, and in comes Emily Davis. Inbound goes to Unverzat. She'll give over to Ganote for a three. Too strong again. They're struggling from long range right now. Too strong, believe it or not. A lot of times you'll see them be a team be short, but tonight they're too strong, which I mean is maybe a good problem to have. No, what a drive to the basket by Avery Shockman to put that one up and in for two. Make it 26-16. That was just a fun play. Meanwhile, here up the court goes Unverzat. Pass, she gets by one. Driving inside, it is blocked, no foul. Trying to go inside to Klepper. That's going to be a foul. Yeah, I got much more than the ball that time. We're going to get this one on Mackenzie Golly. Her first, team's fourth. Rhea Johnson in for Ganote. Lauren Lennes in for Beck. And Bolin will inbound. Quickly to Klepper on the far side. Give to Judd. Oh, a fingertip catch there by Judd. That's a good-looking catch. Now Unverzat has it. Gives over to Johnson. Trying to go inside to Klepper, but yeah, just too much there. Now Lennes and Klepper will go down and battle for it. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow should point Pine City's way. It does. So Pine City will hold on to it on the jump ball. Right now, the struggle for Pine City is a lot of these passes. They're trying to get this ball inside to Klepper or Unverzat. But it's just guarded too darn well. So now we got another whistle. Not quite sure what. So because it was not a change of possession or turnover, they're going to put the original time back on, which was 7 seconds left to shoot. Now Rhea Johnson gets the inbound. Quick shot, and it is good for a three. Rhea Johnson. Now, she was able to do this a little bit last year. She didn't see a ton of time on the court. She's seen most in kind of garbage time, so to speak. But she was doing that last year, and I'm excited to see how well she can do it again this year. Well, good movement here by Braham, trying to find somebody open. They'll give the Shockman. On this near side to Davis. They'll go underneath. Oh, and there's Mackenzie Golly wide open underneath, and Pine City got lost. And sometimes that's what their offense does, just passes you until it lulls you to sleep, and then they'll find someone wide open. Boland weaving her way through traffic, has to stop, but gets it over to Judd. Nice job by Boland to realize, hey, the defender's there, and then give that one off. Now over to Rhea Johnson, quickly to Judd. Judd looking, she's directing traffic, giving to Unverzat. Unverzat will now look. Unverzat trying to go into Klepper, and again, too strong. Just too strong on their shots here so far. And, again, a good problem to have, I suppose, but got to get it corrected at half, and I think that'll be something that'll be talked about at half. Nice pass into Lauren Lennes, and she'll get her first points of the night. It's 30-19. Here's Bolin. Bolin faking like she's going to go one way, but continuing to run up on this near sideline. Davis respecting Bolin's game. Both teams really have shown respect for their players here tonight, showing that, oh, we get a hold there. A green hold? What? They're going to get that on Klepper. Well, all right, well. So Judd takes a breather in his gray. Kunke takes a breather, and I believe, yeah, it is Rysdam back in. Yeah, I don't know. They got Klepper. I didn't see it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen by any stretch of the imaginations, but just means I didn't see it. She was double teamed, so maybe she got her arm wrapped around. I don't know. I didn't see it. Meanwhile, here's a pass that goes underneath Davis's legs. It is stolen away by Boland. Boland trying to go inside. Spin move, lost it. It rolls to Rhea Johnson. Johnson in some trouble now. She'll back it out to Klepper, and Klepper will kind of reset things. Here's Unverzat, give back to Klepper. Klepper trying to drive. She'll give out to Rhea Johnson. Oh, just off the mark, and rebound there by Emily Davis. Good-looking play, good-looking shot, but here comes the Bombers up quickly, and Lenez, she was well behind the basket. Uses some flexibility there to get that one in for 2. Here's Gray with it now. That ball is tipped and stolen away by Rysdam, and Rysdam misses. And unfortunately, we've seen that a few times this year where she has an easy layup and misses. Now, that doesn't mean she's anything. It just means, hey, she's missed. Meanwhile, here's a shot from 3. No good. Rebounded by Davis again. This time, the rebound will get to Mallory Klepper. Too many opportunities that time for Braham that time around. And a travel by Gray. Here comes Ganot and Judd in for Unverzat, and looks to be Klepper. Davis will give to Shockman. Shockman will wait. Let the offense get into the zone. Lenez finds Golly underneath. Now to Lenez. Now over to Rysdam. Yep, can't leave her alone like that. She is going to deliver. Yeah, I mean, you can't leave her alone. If there's anyone you want to leave alone, probably not Morgan Rysdam. I mean, I know it happens just because good play, but my goodness. There is someone you don't want to leave alone, it is her. Meanwhile, a shot here from Bolin is missed. Emily Davis will get the rebound, and because of the speed offensively of Braham, Pine City respecting that, just not even going and crashing the glass. They got to get back defensively so as not to allow an easy fast break, too. Underneath is Shockman, and her shot is no good. Nobody there, though, for Pine City, and now Mackenzie Golly going to get a rebound. She gives it out to Morgan Rysdam for 3, and oh, no, did Pine City just have to use their 3rd timeout? I think they did, which is only going to leave them 2 in the second half. That is less than ideal. 3:06 to go here in the first half. We'll take commercial break. Be back after word from our fine sponsors on WCMP.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Are you looking for the perfect way to promote your business? Custom apparel's the answer, and tdealers.com makes it easy. Let's build your brand together. From the design stage to production, we are on your team to create gear that gets noticed. Whether you're building a brand or repping your business, we got your back. High quality merch, fast turnaround, and no stress. So go to tdealers.com and check out our winter sweatshirt special.
Back here on Cool Country, WCMP 100.9 FM. Game day going out at Pine City High School. Braham and the Pine City Dragons lady teams going at it. Braham leads 38-19 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. They will leave you with a smile and you'll embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. Here's an inbound now for Pine City. It'll go to Unverzat. Unverzat will give to Bolin. Bolin will lob it up to Unverzat. Unverzat wanted the 3, gives to Judd. Judd will now give to Ganot. Trying to go inside to Bolin, nothing doing though. Now Ganot will drive, give to Unverzat. Unverzat wanted it, but decides not to go with the shot over Beck. Yeah, Beck, the tallest player out on the court here tonight. Not easy to get a shot over or even around, just because she's so smart with her positioning. Here's a missed shot by Unverzat, rebounded by Emily Davis. With Beck, she is so smart with her positioning, but she's got those long arms too, so it's like even if you do get a shot somewhere around her, she's going to somehow get a hand on it because of her long arms. I mean, she is a very, very talented player. Here's the pass from Ganot, tipped and stolen away. That's Bridget Golly. And Chu attempted there from Avery Shockman. No good, rebounded by Ganot. Play we missed was Rysdam scoring 2, so now it's 40-19. I certainly don't think it's that lopsided of a game, but it's just been turnovers as of late that have really put this in Braham's favor. Judd looking, pausing, going to Gray. Oh, almost lost it, but good job just to corral and keep her cool. Meanwhile, that pass to Ganot. They're apparently going to keep play alive. Bridget Golly will get credit for a steal. Here's Emily Davis. Near side, give to Beck. Beck pauses, gives near side. Shockman left all alone, but she has to pull it down. Judd got there in a hurry. They're going to try and get a cutting Rysdam, but Rysdam now up against Unverzant for the foul, and I think it's a pretty good call. As much as you hate to see it, but Unverzant will get the foul. It's her first, team's fifth, so Rysdam will shoot 2. No good on the first. Boland and Judd will get a breather. In Klepper and Rhea Johnson. That one is good. 41-19. And here come the Dragons. Klepper looking, driving inside, trying to back her way down. Again, too strong, and it's a Rysdam rebound. She hasn't had too many of those tonight. Her teammates have done a good job, and they feed her. Well, this time they're going to feed Avery Shockman for 3. It's no good. Beck got, I'm surprised she didn't draw the foul because she was nailed, at least from my view. I thought in her head, but apparently not. Either didn't, or maybe it was the ball that maybe hit her head. Meanwhile, here's a 3 from Unverzant. It rattles in. So that'll make it 43-22. 48 seconds to go here in the first half. That ball nearly got away from Shockman. Good job to hold on to that one. A long 3 from Rysdam. That's one I think she's just got to hold on to. Either pass that one to someone else or take a step closer or something. Rhea Johnson comes back with another one. Between Johnson and Unverzant, the threes are raining down. Shot clock is off as we got 23 seconds to go now here in the first half. I think if you're Pine City, try and get the ball back. Obviously, don't foul. Don't need to do that, but don't allow Braham to get the last shot. Block here by Klepper. Now they get the opportunity for the last shot. Gray will pull it down, give to Unverzant, and Unverzant drops in for 2. That is something they struggle with here tonight, the layups, but nice run to end this half. 2 and 1, and a long 3 from Rysdam. It misses. So a nice run by Pine City to end the half, and it will be Braham who leads at the half, but a good run there for Pine City to end the half and get some momentum, just something to go their way. So that is going to do it for half number 1. Braham leads 43-27. Be sure to stay tuned. After a word from our fine sponsors, we'll be back for the halftime show brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. So be sure to stay tuned after a word from our fine sponsors.
Traditions are passed down, and we learn what is important. The value of $1, the importance of family, the ability to do a job yourself. Central Boiler designed the Classic Edge with these same values in mind. The Classic Edge Outdoor Wood Furnace from Central Boiler. A perfect combination of value and performance.
Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on WCMP, Cool Country, 100.9 FM. The Bombers lead at the halftime period, 43-27. That brings us to our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show. Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora has that state-of-the-art building and then over 44 years of experience getting vehicles back on the road. Game day going out here at Pine City. Again, halftime score, it sees Braham lead 43-27. Go quickly over some stats here. Leading the way for Braham was Morgan Rysdam with 18, 9 for Emily Davis. 6 then for Jenna Beck, 4 for Lauren Lennis, as well as Mackenzie Gawley, and then 2 for Avery Schockman. Emily Davis led the team in rebounds with 7 there in the first half. They had 8 steals. 3 of them came from Rysdam, 1 block from Beck, and 4 fouls. On the other side for Pine City, leading the way was Kate Unverzat with 8, 6 for both Paige Gray and Rhea Johnson. Then 4 for Mallory Klepper, 2 for Vivian Lotti, and 1 for Maggie Judd. Rebound-wise, it was Unverzat leading the way with 5. They had 6 steals, 3 coming from Boland, 1 block from Klepper, and 5 total team fouls. So, been a pretty good first half. Right as this game, or the first half was kind of getting to kind of the meat and bones of it, as it was getting towards the end of it, it was the biggest thing, I think, was turnovers. Pine City started to rush. To begin the game, they kind of rushed things a little bit. They settled in a little bit, and then when they fell behind again, they started to kind of rush things a little bit. But there, as you know, it got after that 10-minute mark, after the halfway mark, and then continued to get deeper and deeper into the first half, Pine City just was rushing things on both sides, and it led to a lot of turnovers. And that was the biggest thing for Pine City, I think, in this first half, was just simply put, turnovers were the main reason why they fell down by so much. It was a 20-point deficit at one point, and it was like, oh boy, Braham's now going to start to run away with this. It's going to be a game at half. So Braham, but give credit to Braham, because what they did was they turned up the heat, like I said. They ran that offensive pace, and they scored at will. That is just kind of their game, and they did just that. Now, they did a good job of just playing their game, I thought, for Braham. I thought they just did a really good job just simply playing their game, doing what they needed to do, and getting out to that lead. For Pine City, they just kind of lost their way a little bit. But you could tell once things got settled back down, they called a timeout, which was, unfortunately, they'll only be left with 2 here in the second half. But they called timeout, and after that, right at the end of the half, in the last minute, they were able to go on a nice run, erase the 20-point deficit, and make it 43-27. Now, again, it's not where they want to be, but I was really impressed with their ability to just come back, make this thing a game again, and get themselves something positive going into halftime. And sometimes that's all you can do. And that's exactly what they needed to do. Now, again, they're pretty frustrated. They're pretty upset. You know, they haven't had some things go their way, some calls go their way, but both teams got to play through that. And for Pine City, they got to remember, hey, just settle in, play our type of basketball. Let's not worry about the referees or whatever else. Let's focus on us, because I think, again, they're rushing things a lot, and they just need to settle it down, because when they do, they play like they did at the end of the first half, and they went on a run. I don't remember the scoring run they went. I think it was like 6 to 8 points, something like that. but a pretty impressive run to end the first half. And if they can do that and continue to do that and play just kind of free and not have to think about it too much, they'll be in a much better spot here for half number 2, and they'll be able to kind of, I don't want to say relax because you're not going to be able to relax, but they'll be able to have more fun with this game because, well, one, they're going to get back into it a lot more, and two, I think it'll also feed their defense and give their defense a little bit of momentum so they can really turn things around. So for Pine City, that's what I'm looking for. And then on the other side for Braham, I honestly wouldn't change much, and I would maybe even turn up the intensity. Go faster offensively. Turn up the heat defensively. Let's go and just kind of suffocate them offensively. Let's not let them through. You played a pretty clean first half, only 4 fouls, so you're maybe, I don't want to say you're more willing to give more fouls, but you can allow yourself now to play a little bit more aggressive. And I think I would if you're Braham. Now, that's kind of their game plan. We've seen that. Well, I've seen that the last couple times I've called Braham. They may not get out to the start that everyone's expecting. It may, they may lead at half, but it's not like, it doesn't feel like maybe it should. And then coming out of the half, it's like, whoa, wow, they just all of a sudden get this point explosion, and all of a sudden it's a lopsided game, and we're going into the second half, and here we go. Braham's going to get the win. So if I'm Braham, that's what I'm doing, just playing my game, coming out in the second half and doing just that. But for Pine City, just got to take a deep breath. Got to relax, get yourselves calmed down a little bit, and just get back into this thing. You're not going to get all, 16 points at once. It's going to come one possession at a time. And it may take the entire half, but so be it. Get back in the game. Don't worry about how long it takes. Just play your style of basketball, and do not worry about what that scoreboard says at this point. Just play your game, and eventually you'll start to get back into it. That's going to do it for a Holmes Auto Body and Glass halftime show here on Cool Country WCMP. The final over across the way at the Pine City Civic Center. Pine City girls fall to Waconia 5-1. So we'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors. We will have the second half of action after the commercial break.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace, like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
We are just about ready. 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics has your customized smile journey. Well, it starts with a free consultation. Team over there wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible. 43-27 coming out to begin the second half. It will be Braham who will start with the ball. And again, if I'm Braham, I'm just playing my style of basketball, but I would get out to a really good start here and again, maybe even apply more pressure than what has already been applied. So Braham will start with it. Rysam on this near side. She gets it back after the pass to Mackenzie Gawley. Give. Over there to Shockman. Gets on this near side to Davis. They're going to try and go to a cutting Rysam inside. Now to Beck. Beck wants to go back to Rysam. That's a three, and it rattles in. Three there for Rysam to make it 46-27. Coming back the other way, Pine City gets that ball up quickly, and now to Unverzat. Unverzat will take it back outside the perimeter, give over to Gray. Gray makes the catch, spins back around, gives now to Klepper. Klepper will go to Ganote, and it will be a turnover. Yeah, that's an unfortunate turnover there because you had some momentum in that at the end of the first half, and want to come out and begin the second half with a score at the very least, but that hopefully will not take down their confidence at all. So Braham has the ball back once again. Emily Davis goes far side to Shockman. A long three. She can hit those. Oh, but that time she misses. But a really quite easy rebound for Rysdam as nobody was there for Pine City. Now a 2. That is missed and rebounded by Davis. Davis to Jenna Beck. A 2. No good. Rysdam with another. If you're Pine City, you can't allow third, fourth chance opportunities like they are right now. Emily Davis, fake shot, driving right underneath the basket. Give outside to Rysdam. It's no good. Yet another rebound. This time it was for Shockman. And finally, the Dragons get a rebound to end that possession. My goodness, just can't have that. Now a shot for 3 from Unverzad is no good. Going to be rebounded here by Rysdam. If you're Pine City, man, they just can't have that happen. Meanwhile, this ball going to go out of bounds. It will be last touch by Braham, and it will be Pine City's ball. Inbound will go to Gray. Gray, give it right back to Boland. Boland going up to Unverzad. Nobody around her, so she'll take it up. Very cognizant of Morgan. Kate Unverzad got hit in the face, and it did not get called. Now, she got hit in the face by Beck. Was clearly not on purpose, but draws a jump ball, and it should have been a foul. Again, Beck wasn't trying to hit her in the face. That's not what I'm saying at all, but even if it's an accident, it's got to be called a foul. Meanwhile, here's a 3 from Klepper. That is no good, rebounded by Beck. Yeah, that was definitely a missed call on that one. That has to be. I mean, again, accident. Again, it's clearly an accident. We're going to get Klepper now for a foul. But even if it is an accident, which it was, Beck is not a malicious player, you got to call it. So Beck, though, meanwhile, on the other side, goes and gets the 2 plus the and 1. And it's good. So Beck gets the 3-point play. Makes it 49-27. On this near side, Unverzad lost it. She's going to get double teamed. Trying to give it out, but it's going to be stolen away by Mackenzie Gawley. Oh, that's got to be a charge. That is clearly a charge, yeah. Rysdam will get called for it. Good job there by the Pine City defender setting up outside the circle. Clearly not inside the circle, and did a good job to draw the charge. 49-27. Inbound will go to Gray, and Braham going to provide a little bit of pressure here on the full court. Gray in some trouble. She gives back to Klepper. They still got time to get up the court. And Klepper makes a bad mistake. It's going to be stolen away by Rysdam. Give to Mackenzie Gawley. No good. Klepper with the rebound there for Pine City. Klepper can't make that pass, especially with Rysdam lurking. She's baiting you into that type of pass, and, well, it worked. Like it does a lot. Klepper will get the ball from Boland as Boland was guarded by Klepper. They'll go now underneath to Unverzad. Now not enough on that one. And Boland trying to tie it up with Leniz. Couldn't quite get it out in time. She did get it, but the whistle had blown. So the jump ball will go back to the Bombers. A little bit of a quicker whistle there on the jump ball that time. Meanwhile, here is the Bombers offense back with it. Rysdam will drift, and she'll give it to Shockman. And Rysdam is left alone, but Boland's going to get there, I don't think, in time. No. Yeah, Rysdam, I mean, just the concentration on it is just so impressive. I mean, you can leave her, it wasn't wide open, but that is to her, but you can get there right as she's getting the ball off, and it just doesn't phase her. Boland going to drive, and lucky. Yeah. She got away with a little bit of a travel there. Going to get a foul called on Leniz. So it'll be the, second team foul for Braham? Yeah, we're going to get a push here on Gray. That's clearly a offensive foul. Obviously, both sides not going to agree on it, but it looked pretty clear from what I saw. Now, it could have been, she could have flopped back a little, so maybe it looked worse, but I don't know. Meanwhile, a steal here from Klepper as Davis fell. She's trying to make a play. Now over to Ganote. Ganote couldn't grab it cleanly to Boland. Boland will go inside to Klepper, trying to back down the defenders, back outside to Gray for 3, and that is no good. Rebound there by Ganote, and Unverzad over to Boland. Boland over to Klepper. Klepper looks, gives to Ganote. Ganote wanted to go well inside to Unverzad, somehow got it. Now gets out to Boland, and Boland is fouled. He'll go line and shoot 2. Smart play there by Boland, just driving hard to the basket, trying to put up a shot, and she draws the foul. They're going to get Lenez. Boland, first one is good. 52-28. Gray and Ganote get a breather. Johnson and Judd in. Boland hits them both. 52-29. This ball, nice pass there by Rysam to Lenez, and good job by Lenez to bring that one in. She had a defender right there. Just a good job on concentrating there. This ball pass was tipped by Rhea Johnson out of bounds, so it will stay with Braham, but just a good job there by Johnson to get her hand in the way. You'd be surprised. That can do a lot mentally for a player who's looking to pass. It can get her to second guess, and it might just seem like a tip ball out of bounds, which Braham gets to keep, but it's not just that. Meanwhile, here's a 3 that is off the mark from Rysdam, and Boland gets the rebound. Boland over to Judd now. Judd pulls it in. Got a little bit of space there. Thought she had a 3 she could have taken, but it's going to be no good, and Rysdam will get the rebound. Here comes Rysdam. This is where she's dangerous. She'll give it off now to Schockman. Back to Rysdam. On the near side, Davis lobs it in to Mackenzie Golly. Oh, I think she rolled her ankle. Oh, my goodness. I hope she's okay. Oh, she's up a little bit limping. Oh, man, that looked like it hurt a little bit. Oh, I hope she's okay. Pepper for 3. Yeah, she's not feeling the greatest right now. Hopefully she's all right. I think we're going to get a carry here on Braham. And, yeah, Mackenzie Golly will get a breather and I think give her ankle a little bit of a rest. And hope she's all right. I don't know if she stepped on the back of a foot. I don't know if she stepped on the side of a foot. I'm not sure what happened there, but she fell and it definitely rolled that ankle a bit. Meanwhile, the inbound here for Pine City after the carry call. Klepper gives to Judd. Judd calls out the play. Gives over to Unverzad. Unverzad now to Klepper. Klepper wanted 3. Gets a screen from Judd. Now give to Unverzad again. Judd just waiting. Driving on this near side. And puts up a shot. Oh, touched out by Bridget Golly. And I'm going to put a second back on the shot clock because, again, it was touched out by Bridget Golly with 1 left. The buzzer went off right after that ball touched out of bounds. So Pine City will pretty much have to lob it in and shoot. And a nice job there by Mallory Klepper, who hits it on the buzzer for 2. 52-34. Davis with a good fake, then give to Rysdam. Rysdam finds Lenez underneath. And it was knocked out by Pine City. Everybody set, and they leave Bridget Golly all alone. That's going to miss, though. So they get a break there as Unverzad gets the rebound. On this near side, Judd looking. She'll try to give to Rhea Johnson, stolen away by Schockman. And Schockman gives over to Davis. Davis gives back to Schockman. Over to Rysdam. Yeah, can't leave her alone. But she misses that time. So again, another break caught here for Pine City. Klepper with the rebound. Give to Boland. Now to Klepper. Klepper gives to Boland. Boland trying to drive. She lost the ball. Going to get a whistle on Braham. It's going to go against Emily Davis. Beck and Ava Kunke in for Braham. Schockman and Lennes get a rest. Judd out for Pine City. In came Gray. Inbound to Gray. Yep, she went up and down. So, but hand on the ball will be a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing Pine City's way. So they'll get a chance basically again on the rebound. Boland will inbound to Klepper. Klepper gives to Unrazat. Yeah, I think she should have taken that three. She looked at the basket for a while. I thought she should have just taken that shot. Klepper, it's going to be stolen away by Rysdam. Don't know how she came out of there with it, but man, she did. And this is where she's dangerous again as she takes the fast break and puts it up in for two, 54-34. 10:45 to go in the game. Boland dribbling around. Trying to give it off to Unrazat, but again, a steal there for Rysdam, and she misses just, too lackadaisical on that one. Just gave a little, I don't want to say she gave less effort, but yeah, just kind of thought it was an automatic and did not put enough on it. That happens. Meanwhile, Paige Gray for three. Oh, man, just off the mark, and Beck with the rebound. Meanwhile, Davis with it now for Braham on the far side elbow. Drifts into the corner, give to Beck. Beck, is that a three or two? Couldn't quite tell. Meanwhile, the rebound going to find its way to Bridget Golly. Ava Kunke loses it. Winds up getting back to Bridget Golly. Kunke fell. Another three here from Rysdam. That one going to miss, and Klepper with the rebound. Johnson gives to Klepper. Klepper for three. That is good. And Boland is calling for the ball. She was wide open, but Klepper was on the move and just knew she had it. So good play there by Pine City. So 54-37, timeout called here by Pine. They'll have one left as the second half moves along. It is a minute timeout, so we'll go ahead and take 30 seconds here on Cool Country.
Stay connected with ECE Fiber. Get fast, reliable internet for your work from home needs. No more lag during virtual meetings. Manage your account easily with the ECE Fiber mobile app. ECE Fiber, simple, local, reliable. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com.
Okay, I lied. It wasn't 30. It was 20. Back here on Cool Country WCMP, 54-37. Braham with the lead on the road in this Great River Conference matchup. Pine City called 3 of their 5 timeouts in the first half. This is their first of the second half, but they'll now be left with 1. Braham has all 5. They really haven't needed it, which is, again, a little bit of surprising because of the pace that they can play at. They have the ability to just, run the court. So it's surprising sometimes, but I think a lot of it is kind of momentum too, because sometimes you just don't want to interrupt the momentum you've got, and Loy knows obviously he knows what he's doing. Well, good movement of the ball again by Braham, just trying to lull somebody to sleep. Here's a 3 from Emily Davis, and she hits it. Nice play design there for Braham, 57-37. And here comes Maggie Judd. Guarded by Rysdam. She got around Rysdam, then unfortunately lost the ball. Now over to Johnson. She'll give to Unrazat. She wanted that 3 again, but Beck is just a little too close there, and Unrazat got fouled. And we're going to get Beck, looks like, for her second. And team's 5th. Unrazat fell pretty hard. And shaking it off. She's in a little bit of pain, but man, She's proved to be one tough you-know-what. Wow. She fell hard, and she was feeling it a little bit, but she was up shaking it off, and the refs were like, hey, you good? She's like, I'm shaking it off. I'm good. She's been really impressed with the tenacity from both teams in a good way, She goes 1 of 2 there. Rebound by Ava Kunke. And then I missed that shot that was made. I think it was, looks like Mackenzie Golly for 2. Well, we got a turnover here. Morgan Rysam with it. Now this ball, going to be a foul on Pine City, so Braham will shoot 2. I believe it will be Mackenzie Golly. That'll be on Kate Unverzat. So it will be Mackenzie Golly shooting 2. First one is up and good. Klepper and Boland in for Johnson and Unverzat. And Mackenzie Golly looks to make it 2 of 2. Oh, as soon as I said it, I knew I shouldn't have. She misses, and you know what, Mackenzie Golly, you can absolutely blame me for that miss there. That is all me. That is the full analysis drinks. Meanwhile, we have a turnover. Yet again, another steal from Morgan Rysam. She's closing in on double digits just in steals. Bridget Golly on the far side had an opening, but it closed, so she has to pull it down. Now gives to Davis. Davis looking at Kunke, then gives to Bridget Golly. A long 3. It's going to come up short, but she almost had a chance for her sister to get the rebound, and I think this is going to go off a foot or thigh of Pine City. It should stay with Braham. Gonna say Pine City ball. Now, I don't have a good angle at that, so I can't say for sure. Meanwhile, here comes Boland. Boland gives to Ganote. A couple players collide there, and now Gray with it. She gives to Klepper. Klepper trying to drive. Puts up a little floater, and she was bumped, but no call, and I don't think there should have been. Meanwhile, here is Rysam, who gives to Bridget Golly. Bridget, she wanted to go back to Rysam. There's just nothing open there. Now she gives to Emily Davis. Davis goes inside, back outside Davis. Davis, nice drive inside, gives to Bridget Golly. That's going to be stolen away by Boland. Nice job there by Boland. It was Gray who got her hand on it initially that allowed Boland to get the steal. Now Gray trying to lob it into Klepper. Klepper back outside Judd. Over to Ganote. Ganote over the defender for 3. It's good. Nice job for Ganote to hit that one. Makes it 60-41. And Braham will get it back. Ava Kunke on the far side. She launches a 3, and she is good. Oh, man. What a good-looking shot there from Ava Kunke. And tried to lob it in, but just too well guarded there. It'll be a turnover for Pine City, and Braham has it back. Shot is up, and good by Mackenzie Golly. She draws the and 1. It'll be a Mallory Klepper, they call it. And Mackenzie Golly has a chance for a 3-point play. Meanwhile, we'll get some subs in. Looks like Johnson and Unverzat in for Judd and Ganote. 2 in and out for Braham. I didn't quite see. It looks like Leniz and Schockman are in. Oh, Unverzat moved. Well, it won't matter. So Golly makes it the 3-point play. 66-41. Yeah, Unverzat crossed the line well early, but because she made it, it won't matter. So here's Unverzat with it. Gives over to Boland. Boland gives near side to Gray. And Gray, not really sure how that one got up, but She draws the foul. They'll get it on Emily Davis, her second. Excuse me. Team's sixth, it appears. So now Klepper will shoot two. Too strong on the first. That one's good. So 1 and 2 there for Klepper, 66-42. Rysdam gives to Schockman, trying to go and find Emily Davis. Now trying to go underneath the Beck. That one actually winds up hitting the net. Beck came down funny, and I'm not sure what happened. I didn't quite see it. I don't know if she rolled her ankle or what, but she came down hard, and man. And she's slow to get up, too. Oh, my goodness. I hope and pray she's all right. Last thing I ever want to see is an injury happen out there, and she's still down, so we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. Prayers for her.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Well, the best news possible for there is she got up under her own power. That is good news. Bad news is she's going to sit for at least a little bit. And not going to speculate as to what happened or what the injury is. We're just going to hope and pray that she's all right. But again, good news is she got up under her own power. So the Dragons do get the ball back. It is a turnover. Pine City. Boland with it, giving it to Unverzat. Unverzat looking, gives on this near side to Gray. A little bit late on the pass there. She was open and probably could have shot a three, but a little bit late getting there. And then the pass to Klepper is knocked out of bounds by Schockman. I mean, Schockman, both hands just boop, denied it. Boland wanting to go into Klepper, just nothing doing, so she'll give to Unverzat. Unverzat brings the pass in cleanly, trying to find something to do there. Gives it to Gray. Gray trying to give to Boland, but guess who got the steal? And drops it in for two. It's Rysdam again. I think she's at double-digit steals now. I might be off, but she might be close if she's not there. Boland with it, give to Johnson, right back to Boland. Boland, they want to go underneath the Unverzat, but she's just guarded really well. Boland will try and take it in aggressively. Shot is no good. Unverzat with the rebound, tried to get it back and push it up for two, and tried also to get the foul. Nothing doing there, and then the last shot was missed, rebounded there by Rysdam. Rysdam with it inside, give to Mackenzie Golly. Just a beautiful feed, but I think the pass was good, but I think the reception was even better by Golly, because that pass was coming on a frozen rope, and man, Mackenzie Golly pulled it in with soft hands. That's a really good job there by Golly. Meanwhile, Pine City has it back. Just trying to move this ball around a little bit, try and get something open. Nothing doing so far. Oh, Gray. 8 to shoot. Klepper up over the defender. That's going to be off the mark. Good box out there by Lenez for the rebound. And Pine City, well, they want to get back in a hurry because of Rysdam and company, and they leave Schockman almost all alone, and Schockman getting called for the travel. Rysdam is nearing a triple-double. She has 9 rebounds, 9 steals, and a lot of points. A lot of points. But nearing a triple-double, that's not even including assists. I could not keep track of assists. That's too much for me, but big night for her. Meanwhile, inside, Rhea Johnson had that one blocked by Braham. It'll go out of bounds. I think that was Schockman who got her hand on it. We'll stay with Pine City. 4:01 to go. 70-42 is the score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Boland looking, Trying to go inside to Johnson, but she'll go on the far side now to Klepper. Now she tries to go inside and just couldn't get anything on that one. It is taken away on the rebound by Schockman, and then this pass too far in front of Mackenzie Gawley, and it will go out of bounds. Now we are going to get a new young lady in here for Pine City. That'll be number 22, Michaela Klepper. She comes in for Rhea Johnson. So two sisters will be out there for Pine City. Obviously, Braham has their sisters in the Gawley sisters. And now we get Pine City with a set of sisters out there. Klepper, that's Mallory with the shot from 3. It's going to be no good. Michaela Klepper trying to go after it, but just comes up short of it. Meanwhile, it is Klepper and Bolin who will take a breather. Ganote and Unrazat in. And Schockman gives over to Bridget Gawley, now to Ava Kunke. Kunke trying to go underneath, but nice job by Unrazat to get her hand in the way. It'll be stolen away by Gray, and then the 2 there for Maggie Judd. 70-44 now. Kunke will give it up to Bridget Gawley. Gawley lobs it in underneath to Mackenzie Gawley, and then Bridget Gawley gets the pass back. She's fouled, and she'll go line and shoot 2. Be the 5th team foul here on Pine City. This will be on Ganote, her first. And she's good on the first. Bridget Gawley. Here come some new players in for Braham, 21 and 25. 21 is Morelli Myers. And then 25 is Avery Johnson. Meanwhile, well, Bridget Gawley was 1 of 2. Got her own rebound, put it back for 2. So it's 73-44. Meanwhile, now we have a turnover here on Pine City. And Gray will catch breather. Here comes Rhea Johnson, and then also number 20, and that is Kalia Berglund. We're getting in some backups here for both sides. Lob inside to Avery Johnson. Shot's no good. There's Bridget Gawley with the rebound. 2 is no good. Rebounded here by Ava Kunke. Get back to Bridget. Now on the far side there for Myers. Rayleigh Myers tries to go to Lenez. Nice drop. Grabbing that one by Lenez. And now on the far side, it's Myers driving. Shot is up. Blocked a little bit by Klepper. Michaela Klepper with the block. Now we get a steal here for Maggie Judd. What a shot there. He was well, almost even with the backboard and still dropped that one in. 73-46. Ava Kunke gives to Bridget. Now on the far side to Myers. Myers couldn't take it in cleanly, but she's got a hold of it. Now lob inside to Avery Johnson. Back out here. A long 2 for Ava Kunke is good. (75-46). Kayla Klepper with it. Gives to Ganote. Now to Judd. Judd will give to Berglund. Right back to Ganote. Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Back to Johnson, now to Ganote. Going inside to Berglund. That just a little, not enough on that one. Lenez will take it back, and now we've got I think just a whistle for some subs. So 3 and 33 will check in for Braham, and those are going to be Grace Kunke. 33 is Zoanne Klassman. And we got a timeout called here. Looks like by Braham. It's going to be a full minute. We'll hear a word from our fine sponsors.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Okay, so it wasn't a full minute. It was 30 seconds. Got a little bit of confusion there, but it was a Braham timeout. 75-46. Lob inside, trying to get it to Avery Johnson. Knocked out by Ganote, so it will stay with Braham. 1:18 to go. 75-46 is our score on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Stay tuned. After the game concludes, meanwhile, a steal here for Kalia Berglund. We will get a break for our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the Pine City Pizza Pub post-game show. So stay tuned for that. We'll see if we get a player of the game and then a word with Coach Judd after as well. We'll see. Meanwhile, speaking of Judd, here's Maggie Judd. Seventh team foul on Braham. It looks like they called the foul there on Zoanne Klassman. 51 seconds to go. And that shot going to be no good. Rebounded here by Grace Kunke. She'll give over to Myers. The Kunke to Kunke pass. It's Ava to Grace. I messed that up. It was Grace to Ava. Now back to Grace. Now to Klassman. Klassman gives to Myers. Myers looking for Ava Kunke. Wanted the long two, nothing doing. Gives back out to Klassman. 5 to shoot. Shot is up. Blocked a little bit by Klepper. Shot is up again. No good. And it'll be a shot clock violation. So Michaela Klepper will get another block. Shot clock violation. 15 seconds to go, and that will pretty much write an end to this one. So Braham will get the victory here in this one. We'll see what Pine City tries to do here. Michaela Klepper almost off the glass. Then as she came back in after trailing out of bounds, she got the ball but did not reestablish or her foot was on the line. So it will be back to Braham, and that will do it. 75-46 is the final. Braham with the victory over Pine City. And that will do it. So stay tuned after a word from our fine sponsors. That's how you say it. We'll be back with our Pizza Pub of Pine City post-game show. And then we will also have, we'll see if we will have a player of the game.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Rice Krispie Sheet Treat, just $14.99. Sweet Chaos Drizzled Popcorn are just $2 for $8. Snack Time Frosted Pretzels only $5.99 each. Ghirardelli Milk Chocolate Snowmen are just $7.99. And Shirley Temple 7-Up 12-packs, 2 for $12. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
When was the last time you had a professional tune-up for your home or business furnace? 1 year? 5 years? Or maybe it's been so long that you don't remember. When it's time to winterize your home or business, your routine isn't complete without a furnace tune-up from Dale's Heating and Appliance. A tune-up from Dale's will keep your furnace running at peak efficiency so you can keep warm all winter. Don't wait and avoid costly repairs. Call Dale's Heating and Appliance at 320-629-3531 or contact them online at dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Back here on Cool Country, 100.9 FM, WCMP. The Bombers get the victory over the Dragons, 75-46. Quickly go over the stats. For the Bombers, leading the way was Morgan Rysdale with 28 points. 12 each for Emily Davis and Mackenzie Gawley, then 9 for Jenna Beck. And then 5 for Ava Kunke, 4 for Lauren Lenez, 3 for Bridget Gawley, and 2 for Avery Schockman. Rysdale nearly had a triple, as she had obviously 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 steals. They had 17 as a team. They had 2 blocks, 1 from Schockman and Beck. They had 11 team fouls. On the other side for Pine City, they were led by Mallory Klepper with 13, 9 for Kate Unverzant, and then 6 for both Rhea Johnson and Paige Gray. 5 for Maggie Judd, 3 from Rediga Note, and Brooke Bolin and Vivi Lati each had 2. 8 rebounds for Unverzant to lead the team, 7 for Klepper. They had 12 steals, 4 of them coming from Boland. They had 3 blocks, 2 from Michaela Klepper, 1 from Mallory Klepper, and then they had 10 team fouls, 5 in each half. So Pine City, again, I think they got themselves into a little bit of a hole and just unfortunately couldn't dig out of it. I think that's where Braham is so good, is they just can turn up the heat so quickly on you, and they make it hard to do anything once you get in that hole. And there's just they make it so there's no climbing out of it, and they did a really good job of that. They kind of pounced, so to speak, on it, and then they just started to pull away, and they ran their offense the way I thought they would, and they ran it fast, and they allowed that offense to kind of do the job. And then defensively, they put the pressure on and got some turnovers, but I think the turnovers, unfortunately, were a lot of Pine City kind of giving the ball away. Obviously, they weren't just, here, have the ball, but it was a lot of just fundamental mistakes of where they were rushing things again. They weren't looking to where they were passing. They weren't making sure they were high percentage passes, and I think that's what got them into trouble, and I think that's where the Bombers came out and just basically said, all right, we're going to pounce on this, and we're going to make the most of it. And they turned a lot of those turnovers and takeaways for themselves into a bunch of points for themselves, and that's how they got out to a really big lead, over 20 there in the first half. Pine City was able to go on a short run there at the end of the first half, cut the lead under 20, and then here in the second half, Braham just kind of poured it on as well. We're here in the Pine City Pizza Pub post-game show. Game day specials every Sunday at Pizza Pub of Pine City. Bring the crew, watch your favorite team while eating your favorite pizza and wings. It's the perfect spot to meet the game for lunch and dinner before and or after the game. Excuse me. So it's a tough matchup here, but I think for Pine City, again, they can learn from this, and this is going to be, I think, a big learning game because they're still right in the thick of things in the section race. Meanwhile, we are going to get our player of the game here tonight in Mallory Klepper. Make sure she has at least a little bit of line to use. And Mallory Klepper, thank you so much for joining me. Not the way you guys wanted this game to go, but what are some takeaways from this matchup?
A big takeaway is that we can stay with a great team like Braham. Like, we gave up a couple big runs for them, and if we wouldn't have, then it would have been a much different game. Yeah, I think that was a feeling all around because you kept it close there in the first half, and it was like, okay, Pine City's going to have a chance here at the end, but a couple of runs there. What were some of the conversations like in the huddles or even at halftime from Coach Judd when some of those runs did happen? It's mainly forget about the play. Like, move on and have short-term memory. Also knowing where your position is, knowing what your role is on the team and what we need you to do. Yeah, this team has got a lot of seniors on it, but some good youth as well. So I got to imagine there's still a little bit of a learning curve going on for this team. Is that kind of true? Would you agree with that? Yes, for sure. And then especially implementing this new defense that we have too, it's a big learning thing for everybody. So we're just take it one step at a time.
Absolutely, and there was some visible frustration for you guys here during the game. We won't get into why, but kind of how did you guys get yourselves kind of out of that and be able to just get back and focus on the game?
I feel like it's just use that negative energy to make it positive and make us work harder and know what we deserve and what we need to work on and be there.
For sure. Now you'll end this long home stretch here on Thursdays. You get to welcome in Hank Lee Finlayson, a team you guys obviously know very well. What are some things, obviously you'll get one day, but what are some things you're hoping to maybe kind of go over or even just rest before Thursday's game?
Definitely resting because in January we have 11 games and only 12 practices. And so just taking care of our bodies and having a couple bumps and bruises from this aggressive team, we just got to come back with a fresh mind and fresh body.
Now, I want to get your perspective as a player because you mentioned there's 11 games, only 12 practices. How hard is that to you mentioned some of the new things you're implementing. How hard is it to continue to implement those things and also try and correct some things that have gone wrong in some of the games when you only have those 12 practices?
I feel like just taking time and being very intentional with our time and watching film by yourself and learning what you need to do specifically, and then during practice asking those questions and being clarified from Judd.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us here in the post game, and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you for having me, and thank you.
That, again, was Mallory Klepper here joining us for the post-game show. Appreciate her coming up. It's not easy to come up and talk to the radio guy after a tough game like that, but we always appreciate the players who come up and give us their time after a game, whether it be a win, loss, draw. Doesn't matter. End of the season. Doesn't matter. We just appreciate all of the players who come up and talk to us, and appreciate Mallory Klepper being the ultimate professional there. A lot of frustration. She could have talked a lot about how this or that went wrong or how we didn't get that call or this call, but she was really professional about it. Came out and just, I was really impressed how she came out and just kept it positive. Told us, kind of what they were talking about and how they moved on and got on to the next play. So appreciate Mallory Klepper here for joining us in the postgame, our player of the game here tonight in this one. But again, the Dragons do fall to the Bombers 75-46. Rysdam had a big hand in here tonight. 9 steals along with 9 rebounds. I'm sure she was close to 9 assists as well. She had a fantastic game, but it was the other players who can get it done. And I think that's one thing about Braham is they're just not being one-dimensional. It's not one player anymore. It's all the players getting it done for this team, as we will have Coach Judd join us here in a very short second. Now joined by head coach, Coach Judd. Not the way this game you wanted it to go, but what are some of the biggest takeaways from tonight?
Well, I feel like there was moments where we showed we can play with a team like Braham. You got to give them credit. They're a very good team. Mm-hmm. They play good defense, and they reward themselves on the transition offense. It's just if you don't take care of the ball, that's what happens. But I felt like we showed other than about 2 or 3 spurts where we just gave up like quick 8-0 runs here and there, we were in that game. I mean, you miss a layup, wide open layup underneath, and they come down and drain a 3. That's a 5-point swing. It's just those little things that you can't do against good teams. And I think we're going to be better here in the future the next time we play them. I like what I'm seeing. The scoreboard certainly doesn't show what we did tonight, but we've got things that we can hang our hat on and still try to get better.
It was a 20-point deficit almost right before half. Your team went on a run right before half. What did that do for the mentality for the girls going into halftime?
Well, we just talked about, hey, that was a nice little finish to the half. We got 8-0 run there to put us in a chance to come back in the game. So we just talked about, hey, now we just got to keep chipping away at it. And unfortunately, a couple bad bounces, and I'm not going to sit here and say the referees beat us, but I mean, there were some calls that we would definitely would have liked in our favor, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, and you can't let those things dictate how you play the rest of the game. And so, we would have came out and had a nice little start to the second half. Maybe that game changes a little bit, but like I said, they were more physical. They took care of the ball, and they made their layups and free throws. That's how it works.
And there was some frustration on the faces of these young ladies. And you mentioned some of the turnovers, and it's again a couple of those spurts where Braham would go on a run. It seemed like the turnovers were part of the bigger part of the problem. What are some ways that this team can take better care of the ball going forward?
Well, we knew what they were going to try to do, coming in and trying to trap us, and when the traps come, you got to know what you're doing once you get trapped if you're in that situation. Obviously, you want to stay out of the traps, but sometimes it's just watching the game film and seeing why that happened, you know, and then even if you're not the one with the ball, you got to be in a spot to help your teammates relieve the pressure. And I felt like there was a handful of times where we just didn't help our teammate in that spot. We kind of limited ourselves, and that's just a small example of what we could have done better with that. So we'll look at the game film and we'll try to correct that in practice, and like any team would do on that situation. So we'll be better.
And there were a few chippy moments in the game. Thankfully, it didn't spill over into anything more. But, again, going back to the frustration, what is the message to the girls when that frustration seems like it's kind of getting to a boiling point, but able to get them back into the game?
Yeah, I feel like we could have just, as coaches, we just have to be better with saying, hey, you got to play through that a little bit more. And I know I was frustrated about it, but excuse me, but there's nothing you can do about that. It's as a coach and as a player, there's nothing you can do. You have to just play the way the officials are going to call it, and you know, and the way the players play. Like if they're going to be physical, you got to be physical too. Like understand the situation. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking away from what Braham did. Braham did a great job. They deserve the win tonight, and we're going to hopefully give them a better game the next time we play them.
This long home stretch will come to an end here on Thursday as you get to host Hinckley Finlayson. What are some things you're hoping to do Thursday night against Hinckley?
Same thing we talk about the girls all year. If we lose a game, you got to bounce back the next game and try to get a win again. So we're going to try to be 1-0 the next game and go from there. I think Hinckley's an easy game for us to overlook because they haven't had success in the past, and I respect Brandon over there, their head coach, and what they do. They're gonna give teams that don't take them seriously the run for their money, and I think they're gonna be okay. So we're gonna come ready to play them on Thursday. Tomorrow we got to get our game plan down, and just it's 3 games this week, 3 games next week, 3 games the following week. I mean, we got a long stretch here, and we gotta have short-term memory. So
yeah, and in talking with Mallory, she talked about how this month specifically there's something like 11 games and only 12 practices. For you as a coach, what is the challenge with that coming up here for this month?
Keeping kids healthy is the major thing. Making sure they get their rest, and we gotta be better with our attention to detail in practice, more than our physicality in practice. But same time, the kids they got to take it one day at a time, and they got to be just aware that, like I said, if you lose a game, you got to forget about it. Now we go on Thursday and find a way to win that game. Now we got to come back and forget about that game and move on to the next one. Be happy for that night and be ready for the next day of practice.
For sure. Well, Coach Judd, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck on Thursday.
I appreciate it. Go Dragons.
That again was Coach. So much for joining us. Hey, appreciate him for joining us here in the post game. So that is going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thanks to both Coach Judd and Mallory Klepper for joining us here in the postgame. Again, after loss, it is not easy to come up and talk to the radio guy. And in fact, you probably don't want to do it. So I am so appreciative for all the players and coaches who come up and visit us postgame because, man, they certainly don't have to, but I certainly appreciate that. But again, that's going to do it. 75-46. The Bombers get the victory over the Dragons. Stay tuned to our website at WCMPradio.com. Go to the Sports tab, click on Broadcast Schedule. You'll see all the games that we got coming up for that week of play. Also on our website, coaches and players interviews, as well as articles from games that we've been at. You can read them from our perspective. Another way to stay tuned is to subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way, if you're subscribed, every time that we go live with a local sporting event, you'll get the notification. All you have to do is click it. It will take you right to the live video. Other ways, stay tuned to the morning show on this very station with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when we'll talk local sports. We'll talk about the scores from the night before, talk about the games coming up that day, or if it's a weekend, that weekend, and the scores from the weekend past. So be sure to tune in to the morning show. And then also follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you have to do on our social medias, our Facebook and Instagram at WCMP Radio, and then our Twitter at QMedia Sports for all things local sports. I want to thank you so much, our loyal listener, for tuning in here tonight. It makes a world of difference to me. You have no idea. I know you don't tune in for me. You're tuning in for your athlete that you're watching, which I understand. I have now 3 kids of my own, and I can't wait to hear them or watch them as they play, or even if they don't play, just to get to see them out in the world. But I appreciate it because you give me a job to do. If no one tunes in, I don't have to come out here, and they're telling me, nope, no one's tuning in. But I appreciate you for tuning in. That seriously, it means the world to me. I thank you to anybody who listens. It doesn't matter if you're listening for one player, if you're listening for a half or 5 minutes. I greatly appreciate it. Want to give before I leave, I want to give a huge shout out to Pine Tech. Pine Tech allowed us to be there today for their career fair. I said I was going to talk about it later. Didn't really have time, so I just want to shout them out. They allowed us to be there today for their career fair. So I greatly appreciate PTCC allowing us. Or PTCC for allowing us to be there and kind of show the younger kids what a career in radio looks like. So appreciate them. Appreciate all the students who came up to us and asked their questions, and maybe they didn't get a chance to come to us. If you didn't, thanks so much for coming out. It was awesome to be able to see that many kids get out there and look at some of the careers that are here in this local area. So thanks to PTCC, and thanks to all the schools who came out, and to the young men and women who came up to our booth and asked questions and were able to see us. So appreciate that. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness can truly make somebody's day. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it. For Cool Country WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose Auto Owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
That concludes our broadcast from WCMP Sports, a Q Media Group radio station, and brought to you in part by local advertisers. For high school sports schedules, scores, and interviews, visit WCMPradio.com. Catch more local live action all season long, right here on this local radio station. Also available via the WCMP mobile app, available for free download in the App Store, and multiple Q Media Group YouTube streams. Thank you for joining us. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. WCMP is 100.9 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1350 AM. Licensed out of Pine City.